cables come through the hole. It was drilled, double-sided tape. Cables running along the wall, again double-sided tape to keep things in order somehow. Through the backboard, first we meet the switch. It's a 15 ampere switch, and the blade. This is one of those automotive blade fuses you find in the vehicles. It's 5 amperes. The panels rarely output more than 4 amperes, which is 4.2, at least that's according to the spec sheet on each of those panels and the combined amps. On a good day, it normally puts out around 3 amperes, and I believe part of the reason why that's the case, at the rest voltage at night, the deep cycle battery rarely ever goes below 12.6 volts. The cables go into the focus charge controller. They basically has 4 stages of charges: bulk, absorb, float, and equalize. It rarely ever equalizes. I was a bit concerned regarding that, and I contacted the battery supplier, Rhino Power. His name is Mr. Frank. He told me that slow charging at around 2 amperes is what this batteries will actually keep this batteries very happy, and I shouldn't be concerned if it doesn't do an equalized charging, which is roughly 2 hours. But I understand that it's a bit rough on the batteries if it does that. Now, this charge controller delivered on my expectations, except for one thing, and mind you, I got this charge controller way back in 2014, so the features were not really that available, or at least standard back in the day. Now, the only pet peeve I have with this is regarding the load. According to the spec sheet, it disconnects the voltage at between 12.4 and 11.9 volts. I don't like that. Yes, I never ever took any of my batteries down that low, but I liked having that peace of mind knowing that the voltage should ever go that low, there's something that can protect, and this is why I don't have anything connected to this. What would make me happy if maybe a feature to the future models regarding the Focus, kindly make this load adjustable. The reconnect voltage is 12.8. I like that, I'm very happy with that. But the load disconnect, I want it to be at least around 12.4 volts. I understand that that's where this battery plates normally starts sulfating, or where the sulfation process normally starts around that voltage. It's one video I came across. It's a how-to tutorial, how to extend the life expectancy of your deep cycle batteries. But for now, it's no alarm. This puppy doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it makes me happy and it keeps the battery happy. So the cables from the solar come into these terminals, and we have these 2 cables. The cable is 2.5 millimeter, and if it's double, then theoretically it should be able to carry more current. And it's a bit messy, it's a bit tedious, but before I did the upgrade of having cables in this setup, when normally I place my fingers across the 2 terminals, it got really warm and it concerned me, but now it's close to ambient temperature. Let's go down. My deep cycle battery, 12 volt, 105 amp. I rarely discharge this battery below 12.56 at resting voltage at night, because I do the bulk of my charging during the day when the energy is extra free. I'm not sure whether this makes sense, because once the battery normally hits float voltage of 13.6 or 13.7, it plays around that area. Any energy beyond that point is free on top of free. So that's the free on top of free that I use to power up my power banks. I will make a short video on what I actually use, the energy that I gather through my panels, have it stored in this battery. I will definitely do that. So this is a brief review of my DIY 55 watt solar DC setup. The PC is on grid energy, so just disregard it for now, but in the future I'll definitely have it sorted out regarding solar. I'll make a review about this and what I actually use it for in the next one. Thank you for sticking this far into the video. See you guys in the next one, and Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.